What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion. Guys, we are talking Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist, episode 7, round 7. Jekyll Island, Detective Hudson and Chicken Man track down the robbers to the Georgia coast, culminating in an explosive standoff. Vivian forges an unlikely alliance, securing her future, and the season finale, episode 8, round 8. Testify. In a daring final hustle, Detective Hudson and Chicken Man face off against the robbery mastermind, determined to clear Chicken Man's name once and for all. The Black Mafia convenes, staging a trial of their own members. Guys, I want to let you know this is going to be a spoiler-filled recap, okay? I'm going to spoil it up, down, left, right, in, and out. As if you've already seen the episodes, that is your warning. And if you're feeling all of the energy that I'm giving you right now in this video, hit that subscribe button. Help me reach my next milestone of 75,000 subscribers. And I do apologize about me being late with the recap, with the review, with the reaction. But let's get into these episodes. I'm going to be honest with you. I really didn't like episode 7. That was another reason why I just didn't jump right on board to do a recap and review, because right when it was over with, I was like, what the hell? Are you serious? Why is it ending like this? I was just saying to myself, okay, are the writers just running out of material and they have no idea what to do next? And so they just, hey, let's just kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? I really wasn't feeling that. It put a bad taste in my mouth. So I really wasn't feeling episode 7, but I really did like episode 8 and the way that they concluded with everything. But going back to episode 7, we find out that Cadillac is the mastermind behind the robbery. He is the one that is pulling all the strings. And that's just crazy. It's unfortunate. And this episode, for the most part, does center on the robbers. And what's so unfortunate is how we got attached to these characters for them to be unalive towards the end. Now, at the same time, I cannot feel sorry for certain groups of people when you're a grown adult and you make decisions, and some choices do come with lifelong consequences. This one is death. This one is you being unalive with a bullet in your head. But even me going further back, it broke my heart. But we got to talk about Baby Ray, the young man that was also in the Emmett Till movie that came out a couple of years ago with Danielle Deadweiler. He just needs a role model. And unfortunately, Willie Black scummy ass is the one that came through to fulfill that role. And that's just not the person that I wanted to. Why couldn't it have been Mac, Seneca Wallace? I mean, in this episode 7, they talked about how when they was much younger, how he was up under his wing, talking about Baby Ray up under Mac's wing, and how they, they were just reminiscing, having a good time, looking back at the good old days. And of course, we're going to get to it. The way everything ended was just tragic. But him and Willie Black, I mean, look, I know that you beat up his bully and the guy that was having sex with his mom and gave him a bit of confidence that was instilled in him by Willie Black. And I did appreciate of that about Willie Black's character, but Willie Black ain't no good. And it just really pissed me off that Baby Ray was putting Willie Black up on a pedestal. Like, oh my gosh, this is just the male figure that I needed all this time, all my life to look up to. He is gonna lead the way. He has a plan and we're gonna execute and we're gonna live happily ever after up north. But no, he is just using you to get, and the guy's young. I don't even think he may not even be 16 years old, okay? And yeah, Don Cheadle, Detective Hudson was like, he's still a minor. Once he gets caught, and this wasn't episode 7, that I will do everything in my power to make sure that he is tried as a juvie so he can get out by he's 18 and still have a nice life. And that's just so unfortunate. He's up here trying to talk to the women, the prostitutes, the tricks, whatever you want to call them, strippers, like, hey, me and Willie Black, he got a job for me up north. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing that. And it's going to be a good old time. And it's just like, man, everybody around him is in on the joke. Like, bro, he does not like you. He does not care about you. You are not the one. He trying to get her phone number. She's like, oh, don't you know, baby, I'm just a little whore. Okay, I'm just like a little good time, fun time. I'm just here for a short time, not a long time type of woman. You're so cute. While Willie Black over there just knocking it down. Sports effing, you know what I'm saying? And that was funny. I am glad that they did not show the sex scene between, well, I think her name was Honey and Baby Ray. I just don't want to see children having sex. That's just weird to me. And, so I'm really glad that they didn't do that there. But yeah, Willie Black, he got the women coming through and they had a good time. Seneca Wall's character, Mac, was like, hey man, this is not a good look. We need to chill out. And he was right. They ended up getting busted. He ended up being dead. And that's just so unfortunate. We're gonna be talking about that in a second. But it's just like so random that when Chicken Man and Detective Hudson was on the road, Hudson was talking trash. Chicken Man wanted to get out, whoop his ass. He got beat up. And just because of that random event at that one time, they get these 3 random women driving by. Hey, we lost. We're trying to go and find this club on Jekyll Island. Do you know where it's at? And they was able to put the pieces of the puzzle together and figure out, oh, 3 women, 3 robbers, that's where they're at. Great detective work from Hudson and Chicken Man Gordon. I mean, I do appreciate that. And this is loosely based on a true story. Of course, some of it's true. Some of it is extra dramatizations. We just don't know. Maybe I should look it up. I think I'm going to do that. But that was the downfall of Willie Black and the rest of his team. I was also thinking, was Emerson really going to kill Mac? They called him a loose end. And that is horrible. The conversation that they was having, like, man, we fought together, we served together. I saved your life, pulled you out of this hole. You would be dead right now if it wasn't for me. And this is the type of payback that I get. Man, that's like, how do you save somebody's life and they still stab you in the back? There are just some evil mother effers in the world. And unfortunately, that's just always going to be the case. So you have to keep your head on a swivel. But something else that just really pissed me off too, just like at the very beginning of episode 7, when they were in the convenience store talking about Mac, Willie Black, and Baby Ray, of course, yes, the white man was racist and was being bigoted and hateful and evil and all that. But Baby Ray is just so influenced by other people. It's just like, dude, chill. I mean, well, I was going to say when I was that age, I wasn't acting like that. But I had a daddy in my life and taught me the way and taught me this, taught me that, taught me what to do, taught me what not to do. And that's just not the case right now for Billy Ray. But you're about to just blow this man's head off just because he was talking trash? Yes, I know he's racist and he just definitely deserves to get his ass whooped, but I'm just like, man, do not throw your life away. This is crazy. This is insane. Now, whose team are y'all on right here? Team Chicken or Team Hudson? Because Hudson wanted to go in and help the white man, but Chicken Man wanted to go follow him because, he wanted to clear his name. And I don't necessarily blame him. They didn't hear a gunshot going off. I'm on both sides. I'm not mad at the decision that was made, but it was funny because Chicken Man was like, hey, you calling him Captain Save a White Man or something like that. I was laughing. And so Kevin Hart, and how do y'all feel about Kevin Hart? I like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is funny to me. I know recently, as of late, he has been getting a lot of crap lately, and people just, well, maybe in my circles, just talking negative about him. But the man is a damn good actor. He's very, very entertaining. To be honest with you, I am more a fan of his acting work than his comedy. Not to say that he's not a funny man, that he is. To be honest with you, I just don't want to see or hear any more short jokes or small jokes. And that's just not from him. That's from anybody, fat people, skinny people. I just don't like that. But, 2 of the best things that he's ever come out with, in my opinion, is, where is it at? It was the movie that he had, Fatherhood and True Story. Incredible. Those were, he knocked it out the park with those right there. I did not see Me Time, Die Hard, or Lift. And what is Lyft about? Is that about a Lyft driver? No, I did see Lyft. Okay, I did see Lyft. And that was entertaining. I did like that. No, I think I'm the only person on the planet that actually did like this movie. But I like Kevin Hart. And the reason why I just kind of went back in time just to look at his filmography is because I think that he did a pretty decent job. He did a great job in this too. The parts, not in this episode 7 or 8, but I think it was episodes 5 or 6, when Detective Hudson found out that Frank was at the party, and he was like, you lied to me. He was like, come clean. Come clean about what? That I just saw Frank blow somebody's head off. I heard him choke out my friend Silky over the phone, and then I got this and I got that going on. That was great acting right there. And in this one too, it was some nice heart-to-heart moments between these actors, and I really do like it. I really do like it. And so just for me personally, when it comes to Kevin Hart's acting, while I did not mind Lift and I thought it was good, I'd rather have Kevin Hart in roles like Fight Night that we just got, or True Story with Wesley Snipes, or the Fatherhood movie that he had 2 or 3 years ago in 2021. Again, so I mean, that's just me. You guys can let me know if y'all agree or disagree. But at the same time, going back to the scene, how are you gonna save somebody's life and they still talking, I'm sick of you people. Okay, you just need to get out of here right now. Get out of my store, get out of my life. Should have slapped him in his face right there. Okay, bitch. And shot him in his ankle and then left. You know, I'm not finna, I'll just let your ass stay tied up and you can piss and shit on yourself all day. I mean, that's just crazy if you just think about it. Really, just think about it. Now I gotta say, Vivian, how do y'all feel about Vivian? Is she a down-ass chick or is she no good? The reason why I'm saying that is like, she is just really down for Chicken Man because she has Silky's body in the back of the trunk. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember how was she able to get the body? Because they found him in the lake. And I don't think Chicken Man had enough time to go pull him up. And she didn't do that either. I could be wrong, but I think that's Chicken Man, not Chicken Man. I think that's Silky in the back of the truck when she took it to the morgue, the coroner, to say like, you know, hey, I got $300. Can you get rid of this body? If I'm just completely missing a plot point right there, let me know down in the comment section. But I was just kind of scratching my head after I thought about that. And I've talked about this too, about Mac. While he was on the phone with Emerson saying, hey, we're here at the place, at the club, you know, and Emerson said, I'll be there in 3 hours. I still just don't understand why they just didn't take a bag of money each and just leave, go their separate ways. For what? I guess you just didn't want to get hunted down, but I don't think they should have had that type of mindset. They should have just been like, man, let's just get the F out of here. Especially with the rest of his team ending up dead too. Now, of course, Mac had no earthly idea that Baby Ray was going to shoot him. I mean, he never predicted that happening. Nobody did. I didn't either. But when they were just on the phone, and I'm just like, Mac, you need to get out of there, bro. You're dumb. You're stupid. You're not thinking. But another thing that I really just didn't like about episode 7 is maybe I kind of wanted more of a shootout. And the reason why is they led us to believe that we were possibly going to get that. We got it in episode 8. Because when Emerson was in the bar talking about his old war stories, and then the white supremacist came up to him, hey, you're not welcome here, get out. He flipped it on him real quick and put the gun to his head. So I was like, okay, that's right. He does know how to fight. He does know how to defend himself. He does know how to work a weapon. But then later on in the episode where Mac was outside sending off the girls, and then Detective Hudson came through and they started having a chit chat and they're trying to decide on how they're going to make this play. He was like, okay, get Baby Ray on my side. We can do this. And then we'll go after the other people. And Max said that, okay, but Emerson is not no punk with a gun. And neither is Willie Black. He's a virus or he's death or something like that. I was like, okay, this is the second time that they've just kind of brought this up. So we're going to get some type of fight showdown, but we didn't get that at all. We just got Willie Black running out of there towards the end. So I was just kind of bummed out by that when I was led to believe, or at least that's where my anticipation got me, that, you know, Emerson was just going to be wrecking shop with some type of weapon or something. And I ain't gonna lie. And Willie Black was about to go knock down the old girl, and he was like, hey, have you been to heaven before? She was like, as long as you can make these legs open like heaven's gates. I was like, wow, I don't necessarily want to, you know, relate or compare spreading legs and having sex with going into the gates of heaven. If I am not married, if I am, hey, you know, let's get it in. But at the same time, I said to myself, damn, doesn't that sound kind of hot and sexy? You know what I'm saying? That just, I don't know, ladies, if you're watching this and you ever with your boy and you want to say something, I'm joking. Moving on. He's like, they're going to open up. They're going to sing for me. But Matt couldn't resist himself. I mean, old chick was nice and chocolate, dark chocolate with that smooth skin with the afro. She was looking good. Have you ever saved a life before? Oh my gosh. Usually people ask me, have I ever taken a life before? Well, I'm not everybody. I'm not usual people. You take care of everybody, so let me take care of you. As she comes over and puts her leg over him and just plops that nice ass down. I'm like, all right, Mac, you know, go ahead and have your fun. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you. But shout out to Vivian. After she blew Missouri Slim's face off, she was like, oh, I want to meet with Frank and cut a deal, you know. And that's just smart. You know, she's using what she got to her advantage. And that is that mouthpiece. She was like, hey, get a funeral home. We can do this. We can move this around. Frank's like, oh, well, what about this? She was like, oh, I was like, I love it. I love it. That's what's up right there. And just the fact that the way that she started out the conversation, like, look, I'm sorry about the party, even though I had nothing to do with it. It still happened in my bad. I like that. And she knows that her relationship with Chicken is pretty much over with. And so she's just trying to make it on her own. At the end of episode 8, she was like, hey, I've been in the passenger seat for so long. I need to be in the driver's seat right now. That's what's up. That's commendable. I like that. And I do like the fact that, she was, trying to talk to Frank, because kind of at this point, we don't necessarily know who's the good guy and the bad guy between Cadillac and Frank and Cadillac. And the reason why I said Frank is going around murdering people, but he's only murdering people that robbed him. So in my opinion, that's justified. But I don't know if Cadillac had a just reason for wanting to take over Frank. Did Frank really do some whole ass stuff back in the day? And Cadillac is, like I said, just for doing this? Or is Cadillac just greedy and jealous and all of that? I don't know. At this point in time, that just wasn't determined, but I was curious to learn. I was curious. But when Willie Black had the gun to the back of Baby Ray's head, I was like, no, please do not shoot this man. That's crazy. I do not want this to happen. But he left the loot and was kind of saved by that. But this is just tragic right here, where I just didn't like. You've been knowing Mac your whole life, Baby Ray. And then you have this lousy, lame Willie Black character coming through, says a few nice words to you, and you gonna shoot your lifelong friend partner behind that. Baby Ray shoots Mac, tragic. Emerson shoots Baby Ray. Willie Black shoots Emerson. I'm like, damn. Now, I don't like Willie Black. I never have, probably never will, whatever. But that was kind of smart of him to do that. He could have got away scot-free, but because he was not patient and wanted to get some tits and ass, the women that he invited were the ones to blurt out their location, and he got taken down by Hudson and Chicken Man. It's your fault. You should have listened to Mac. You would have got away. But no, you had to get a smash session in. Like, I just would have took a nap. I would have been like, it's really frustrating that I don't agree with the robbery, but y'all was able to steal $1 million from the biggest gangsters in the country. And you effed it all up because you was horny. I mean, damn. Like, that's just think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Criminals, and I guess they're not the smartest people. But ooh, that's crazy. And it broke my heart that they all just killed each other like that. Because we was attached to these characters, or at least me, Baby Ray, and Mac. And they were the first two to go. So that really did grind my gears. I was like, but at the same time, if this happened in real life, then it happened in real life. So I can't get mad at the story if they're just retelling it, but it sucks and it's sad. But yeah, at the end of the episode, we have Cadillac, Terrence Howard's character, with his mother. And man, I forgot that actress's name. I do like her. She's been popping up and stuff for the longest. So please forgive me. But I do like her. And I like Terrence Howard's character, Cadillac. He's like, oh, don't nobody touch my mama. I got her right here. But they just monologuing like, yes, it is our time for revenge. We've been living in the shadows for too long. Your father was too weak, but you are not my son, and you will rise to the empire of the galaxy. And all of this will be ours. I'm just like over like, my goodness gracious. And at that point in time, I was like, okay, the way that this is playing out, I can tell that Cadillac is the bad guy. I don't really think that Frank did anything to Cadillac's daddy to piss him off, or maybe just some jealousy, or maybe, I don't know, maybe Frank was just a complete asshole back in the day. But could we get some type of spinoff or something like that? But Cadillac is the mastermind. He is over everything. And that's pretty much the episode right there. Again, I really didn't like this episode 7. It grinded my gears for reasons that I just mentioned. And so I just was not that enthused to talk about it. But, so sorry about that. But guys, we are now in episode 8. Round 8, testify. You do believe in God? Yes, with all my soul. Then testify. I ain't shit, Frank. I'm bad. I try to do this. I'm trying to be something I'm not. I like that. That's what I'm talking about from Gordon, from Chicken Man, from Kevin Hart's character that I like. The acting is good. Samuel L. Jackson, he's always good in everything. I ain't never seen him in nothing whack, ever. But that's just me. Y'all let me know what you think. And what is also interesting to me is the meeting that Cadillac was trying to have with the rest of the Black Mafia. it seemed like he was going into this blind, not knowing how they felt about Frank's leadership at all. What if they love Frank? What if that was like, Frank is the best leader in the world? I love him. Oh my goodness gracious. Because I mean, they may not have been completely in love with with him and the way that he carries things out, but at the same time, am I tripping? It just seemed like Cadillac was just going out on the limb, throwing spaghetti at the walls, trying to see what sticks. And that just really didn't make sense to me. And another thing is, I'm just saying to myself, like, how do you have proof that Frank is the one that killed Missouri Slim? Because one of the dudes did say it wasn't text. He was just like, well, if you're going to execute Missouri Slim, that is grounds for removal. And so that seemed like the only valid reason that they would want to overthrow Frank, not that they had this up under their sleeve for a number of months or years or something like that, and they were just waiting for the right opportunity. But I thought that Cadillac was just jumping the broom here. Like, I don't think he kind of read the room at all, but I could be wrong with my assessment. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that too. And Cadillac is a horrible liar. When he got that phone call at the restaurant, at the venue, and he tried to go back and explain to Frank, hey, I got to hit out of here. My mom is, I got to go check on her because she has the flu, the cold, the bug that I got. I was just like, wow, you are obvious as hell. Now, I think that's the point. I mean, we're not talking about Terrence Howard's character. He's trying to lie to another character that's fiction. But I was just like, Frank knows what the deal is. He's not dumb. Frank was not born yesterday, okay? He got to the position that he's at for a reason right here. And Cadillac just didn't think it through. And I love the way the Chicken Man, that Gordon finessed Cadillac at the diner. I did not see that coming at all. Detective Hudson, like, did he take the bait? Yeah, he took the bait. Cadillac put that blade up to him. I'm like, you gonna just stab him in the restaurant in front of everybody? But the amount of confidence that Kevin Hart had in this scene was just perfect. I mean, I loved it. Fellas, get you some of this type of confidence right here, that ladies will love you. You will be respected. But he's like, you know what? Your friend Emerson, boy, he got a bullet in his brain. And he was just like, there was no escape for Cadillac. It was like, what Chicken Man could have just said is like, listen, bitch, I got you by the balls. You can't do nothing. Do what I say or else. And that pretty much was the conversation anyway. And he trying to clear his name and all that. I mean, I loved it. That was ace right there from Kevin Hart's performance. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I mean, like I said, he finessed the hell out of him. Had the cops in on it, the waiter, the cook, had the janitors, everybody was in on it. I don't know, and it was nothing. They just really did fix that place up. Had his old lawyer from years ago with the old lady with the recording thing in the little crib by the table. She jumping in talking about, be quiet, there's too much cussing. I mean, that was nice. That was nice right there. I really am glad and happy with the way that played out right there. Good job, good job. But my goodness gracious, Frank's muscle just came through, busting heads open, killed Willie Black. I was just like, damn. And when I think about it, I'm like, you know what? They just wasn't prepared for that. They thought it was a done deal, cut and dry. But no, the henchman came in there with some big guns out of nowhere and just really seized the day. That was very, very impressive. It was bold. Very, very impressive. I like the way this executed. I did not see that coming at all. One thing I can say about episode 8 that I really did like is that it was super duper unpredictable. Like, I just didn't see anything. I didn't see any of this happening. None of it. And that was definitely something that I did not see coming. I'm over here like, oh crap, how the hell are they going to get out of this situation right now? And then I did not expect for Detective Hudson to show up at Frank's crib, kicking in the door, about to throw him over the balcony. I'm like, whoa, this is the Black Godfather Mafia King over here. You can't be treating Frank like that. But he don't care. He's like, look, you either tell me where your henchman took my Chicken Man friend, and I'll give you all the information because I know you want to know who robbed you. And it was a good deal right there. I do like that. I do like that. He was talking crap, talking about, I know that you're not a cop no more. You're a nigga killer with a badge. Now you're going to be a nigga killer without a badge. I like the back and forth between them. That was dope as hell. I wasn't expecting that at all. But then when we get to the final showdown, the final scene in the middle of that construction site out in the middle of nowhere, it was nice. the acting from Terrence Howard's character, the way he was pleading, just like, oh my God, they tried to extort me and they lying with that bullshit right there. No, I got the picture right here. No, that's the type of crap that I'm talking about right there, Frank. They lying. Look, man, a hit dog hollering, and I was just like, okay, nobody knew who to believe. Frank, this is enough. God damn it. Give me my gun. Give me my gun. Okay, hey, you either empty your mag in Chicken Man's head by the time I get to 3, or you better give me, okay, Frank, okay, just keep your word for once in your life. God damn it. You know, everybody was just so desperate and needy in this scene. You have all that. You got Kevin Hart, Terrence Howard, Don Cheadle, and Samuel Jackson in one scene. You know it's gonna be nice. You know it's gonna be lit, and it was. It was. Was it lit? Was it? Did you like it? Was it? Was it? Let me know. Let me know. But the best part of the episode, y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about. It was when Taraji P. Henson's character, Vivian, was driving them to the site before that. And they was arguing, having a big dick swinging contest. And she's like, man, will y'all stop all this? I'm the boss. I'm bigger. I got this. I got that. The only way this is going to work out, the only way this city is going to work out is if y'all work together. And that's true. That is true. Now, that was the idea from the Black Mafia inception, but of course that didn't work out, and we see that. But Taraji P. Henson was right. This whole show, I have either been saying or thinking in my head, I don't want to see Black people fighting each other. I want them to get along and work together and network, all of that. You know, screw, what was his name? The senator, Ron Rico. He didn't want to help out. You know, he sucks. I liked him at first, but you know, he sucks now. But I've been wanting them to work together for the longest. And outside of the show, that's just so true. Black people, we got to learn how to work together even when we don't like each other. We don't, we can all eat. We don't got to be at the same table. We don't got to go to dinner or have our kids playing together at the playground. But we still got to work together when we don't like each other. Everybody else know how to do that. That's just something that we haven't fully mastered yet. But that was my favorite part of the whole episode. And even right after that, you know, Frank was like, you got something over there cooking, don't you? You got something cooking. Yeah, I got something cooking. Just get me there, okay? Just get me there. Emerson went rogue. It came out of Cadillac orders. They lured me and tried to throw me off a cliff. I loved all the back and forth again. I just wanted to bring it up again. I loved it. Something else that was really cool that I liked is when Frank took Chicken Man Gordon into that trailer, they was talking. He wanted him to be honest and testify and just open up to really see what type of person that Chicken Man was. Because he believed him, but he didn't believe him at the same time. Because he knew something was awry with Cadillac. But people are going to tell the truth when they're staring down the barrel of a gun. And that's what he did. And I think he actually had faith in Chicken Man right there. I'm just like, look, the revelation that Frank had about the Black Mecca, Black people, economic growth and empowerment for them in this city. I love that. That's what this scene was right here. Because he was just saying all Cadillac wants to do is a bunch of gangster shit. I'm trying to do this and, you know, permits and buildings and establishments and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I want you to play dead and he gonna make his move out there. And that's exactly what he did. Cadillac thought that he cut off all of the loose ends. Willie Black was dead. Emerson was dead. And now Chicken Man was dead. So he's under the impression that nobody is left alive that knows his plan of action, but that's not the case. And he revealed his hand. And Chicken Man came out, the cops came, and he's, oh God, what are we gonna do? So I do like that right there. That was nice. That was a great way to tie a bow on top, cherry, ice cream, whipped cream, whatever your toppings are, sprinkles. That was nice. Conclusion. I was feeling that. And Frank got away. Like, what about these people right here? Detective Hudson said, well, like, hey, man, I don't have no evidence. Can't do nothing. Now, his henchman, he has to go to jail because he actually shot at the cops. You can't just be doing that now, of course, so you got to go to jail. And I'm kind of wondering if this story were to continue, fake or non-fake, what would the conversation be between Frank and his main henchman that was going around killing everybody? Like, hey, man, you did... Because Frank could also just say, I didn't hire him to go and shoot y'all up in the parking lot of Denny's or whatever, at IHOP, Waffle House, whatever. He did that on his own. I know nothing about that. Frank can easily say that. And, you know, his man can snitch on him like, you know, he told me to do it, but I don't think so. I don't think so. So that's just kind of interesting to me right there. You guys let me know what you think. I'm also happy that Detective Hudson got a promotion. He is now in internal affairs. I like that Mason got his. I feel that justice was served as far as that's concerned. I also like the fact that Faye may have taken Gordon back. He went to apologize, and she was not wanting to hear it at first, but he was just honest and upfront. Also, Chicken Man was honest and upfront, like, I am trying to live a life that's not me. I tried to be Chicken Man for the streets and Gordon for you. He said that to Hudson, I think also to Frank and his wife in some form of capacity. And I just love that he came clean. Just like, I have to be honest with myself. I am not doing this for nobody but me. I lied and tried to say that I was doing it for my family, but I'm really doing it for me. I also like the way that the relationship ended between Chicken Man and Vivian, Taraji P. Henson and Kevin Hart. I said this earlier in this review, in this video, that she said, hey, I've just been in the passenger seat for so long, but now I want to be in the driver's seat. Of course, they're not going to see each other no more. She was also like, can you tell Faye I said hello? Hey, if she takes me back, she will, but there's only one way to find out. I like all of that right there. It's lovely. And then the police chief took credit for most of the work, and he didn't do a damn thing. That's the only part I really didn't like right there. But now Chicken Man is at the West Atlanta House of God, and he is an ordained minister. He is a pastor. That's what's up right there, man. He turned his life around, man. He don't want to be a hustler no more, all that, you know, getting over on people, if that was the case anyway, you know. And that sometimes when you have a life or death situation like that, when you're just this close, and you're staring death in the face, that can really just turn your life around. So good for him. I forgot this did take place in the 70s, so he passed away, I think they said in 2014. So I like that. Good for him. Good for him. Like I said, J.D. Hudson is the head of internal affairs, so that's super dope. They gave another shout out to Muhammad Ali. Rest in peace, sir. And Atlanta flourish for Black people, or that's what the subtitle says, or the caption. And they had the 1996 Olympic Games there. And I really do like that picture at the end where Hudson and Chicken Man Gordon took the picture together, Don Cheadle and Kevin Hart, of the real people. And then the way that it transitioned to the real photos too, that was nice. Nice little touch right there. But guys, that is it. That is my recap. That is my review. That is my reaction. That is my breakdown coverage of the last 2 episodes of Fight Night 7 and 8 on Peacock. I really did enjoy this show. I knew that as soon as the trailer dropped, I said, I want to cover this. This just seems incredible. You have all of these fine Black actors and actresses in this, and they all did an incredible job. I loved it. I was on Facebook too, and it was somebody promoting this show like on episode 6 or 7, and it was a lot of people like, I never even heard of the show. I'm just like, oh my God, y'all are missing out on this. You know what I'm saying? So I really did enjoy it. Hopefully you guys did too, and hopefully you guys did enjoy my breakdowns. And I am sorry that this is late, but you know, it can be a lot over here. But guys, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I am trying to reach 75,000 subscribers. I'm at 52 right now. Some of the stuff that I'm covering on my channel is Love is Blind, Penguin, movie reviews as well. If this is your first time joining me, movie reviews, spoiler reviews, series reviews, box office, a whole trailer reactions, just live shows. Also, guys, I have a second clips channel to where when I do my live shows, I clip out the segments and put it over here. Link to all that is in the description box below. But guys, again, I just want to thank all of you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's just my opinion. Peace, and I'll see you next time.